Hello, everyone, and welcome aboard to TSW4. I'll be going on a little bit of a journey here on foot to go over a diorama that gets unlocked after you do a certain amount of tasks with the Bahnstrecke Salzburg-Rosenheim DLC. And the way you get to it is depending. I know what you're seeing here may not be what you're seeing in your game because I have a resumed last play, the resumed journey, and just go to your trains, and to make sure that it's activated, you would go to live, home profile live. And if you've taken any screenshots in the game with photo mode, that would be down here. Your Railfan TV, and customize your collection with the Creation Club. And then your mastery progress, which shows what you've unlocked. I don't always follow these. Some of these I've unlocked with TSW3. But the Rosenheim Salzburg one that I'm talking about, this is where you have to complete freight or flight, complete 2 scenarios, level up, gain 500 XP. And tier 2 would be border crossing, drive 80 miles or 128 kilometers. The hills are alive, complete 4 timetables. And then you unlock this mastery reward here. Okay. Once you have that unlocked, you come here to the mastery rewards, enable your reward. But it's the one that's highlighted in gray. Okay. Prien am Chiemsee steam train. It's actually a tram. I did a fair amount of research on this, and because I saw some of a video on YouTube in different language. I believe it was German. But this is in Germany, and I started doing some research because at first I wasn't sure if this was something that just was created by Dovetail or something that once was in days gone by and it's lost to time. No. It's actually still very much in use today, 2024, in Germany. And so let me get going, and I'll explain as I go along. So back out of here. That's all activated. So again, go back, choose your route. Bahnstrecke. I always have a hard time. I'm not German. I apologize if I'm butchering it. Bahnstrecke Salzburg Rosenheim, and go to timetable and select on foot. Then you come up here and you select Prien am Chiemsee, and you want to do it at daytime or do it at nighttime, it's up to you, but at least daytime you get a nice good look at everything. And once you have that selected, you can just hit play now. Okay, now that we're in the game, loaded in, and you can hear it already. And we go down the tunnel here. And that's an elevator that doesn't work. Another one that doesn't work. But there is a seam in the wall here. I mean, you can see the trees and the sky. Okay. A little ADD moment there. Okay, and here we go. You have this unlocked, and here's your diorama with that obnoxious steam relief valve hiss, and the every so often it is filling up the air pipe for the brakes. So, or the vacuum line, but that's it. That's all it does is make some noise, spews out some steam, and here's your Here's your guy that you find all over the map. But you can look at it, you can walk around it, you can bump into it, but you can't get into it. And it really is a shame because this is a missed opportunity. That would have been nice if they would have given this like a throw a dog a bone, No, something would have been nice, like, a customer loyalty reward thing, I don't know. Well, I guess I'm having a brain fart, What can I tell you? Thank you for buying the DLC. I mean, it wasn't it wasn't $1, but it was quite a bit more than $1. But I would have. It would have been nice to have this. As, hey, dude, maybe you should wash your hands, huh? This guy's always sitting here in all green, different shades of green. My younger daughter loves green, and these NPCs characters don't show up here unless you unlock that mastery, as I showed before getting into the game. And then they come here and they stand here like they're buying a ticket for. Yes, I know, I'm jumping a line. And he's like, "Can I buy a ticket, please? Ticket, please. I want to buy a ticket. I want to get a ticket. Hello, hello." Okay. Anyway. Yeah, the salesperson lady selling the tickets for the tram, is not there. None of these characters are here prior to unlocking the mastery. And it's very interesting. It's very interesting that this has been so well modeled. And like I said, it is part of you can't. There is no getting into this. I mean, even if they had it where you can get in and it takes you for a little ride around the park, because it's still being used today. In Germany, for I believe it's rail tours, and you got 7 cars. 2, I think 3 of them, no, 4. Yeah, the 2 rear and the 2 front are enclosed, and the 3 in the middle are not. They're open air. So if you want to take pictures, I don't know where it goes as far as the rail tour is concerned. There's quite a few videos, rail fan videos, on YouTube with this. And it's a tram. It's not a train. While it looks narrow gauge, it doesn't look like it's standard gauge. But then again, can't get out with a ruler and measure. But this is very well done. It's extremely well done. And, well, you got a little bit of light leaking in through the roof of the thing. But you can't get into it. So, I mean, it's nice to look at, but it just basically, ooh, wow, nice. It's cute. Okay, bye-bye. And then you leave. Because there's nothing you can do with this. Now, like I was saying before, if they would have said, you know what, let's make this drivable. It'll only go for 1 kilometer or 1 mile, or put it into a figure-8 track, and you do like a little rail tour type thing. Considering, all of us who really do enjoy Train Sim World, and while I have my say on many things, and I'll I call a spade a spade. If it's green, it's green. If it's blue, it's blue. I'm not gonna say it's green and then no, it's actually black or it's blue, but no, it's really red. No, I call it like I see it, and some may not like it. Some may like it. I mean, fair is fair. If someone critiques something that I do or say, and that's the way they feel, so be it. I mean, free speech, no? Not only that, if I make a mistake or make a statement that is incorrect, I'll be the first one to say, fine, I stand corrected, and then I'll do more research, and get more information. You can't open a door here. It's not even a fake doorknob. Okay. I don't know. To me, to me, all of this is it's part of the immersion. I know Europe is big on using bicycles to get around, unlike in the U.S. They're all the same. I'm wondering. I guess these are all rentable. You rent a bike. I guess I don't know. They're all the same. Like they're all one color, and they have Chiemsee-Bahn on it. Not the greatest graphic, but anyway, it's about this little tram, and I can't go any further than the edge of this concrete slab. There's a collision blocker here. I mean, they modeled the cars really nicely. They look inside. They like their Audis, that's for sure. But this is I would have loved to have driven this. I really would have. It's small. It doesn't look to be very complex, but they modeled it so well to the real world version of this, and I have quite a few pictures. Well, I wouldn't say quite a few. I would say I have a handful of pictures, still images of this, and they don't have the name on here in game. I'm taking it for granted that it's a licensing thing. They don't want to get their hands slapped for doing putting names that they shouldn't put on there. I mean, for the most part, it's not bad, but you could see how the graphic changes when I zoom in. It gets smoother. Then when I zoom out. But, I'm not, my little character isn't tall enough, so, what I'm going to do is I'm going to spawn in another train. Okay, let me get this train spawned in here. Okay, let's get over here. This is kind of big. It's ginormous compared to that little thing. Put that into neutral. Okay. So the reason I did that is so I could do this. Yeah. Cars are drifting. Yeah. Okay. I did do some Google Map searching as well as Bing Maps searching. And when I say this is very well modeled, this is pretty much spot on. Okay, let me go up a little bit higher. And the Google Map and Bing Maps aren't the greatest. I know there's a couple of countries I saw some time ago, a year or two ago, somebody did a video where some countries don't like it when Google comes in. Like I said, I'll have all the images in with the video, and the searches I did. I took screenshots of Bing Maps and Google Maps, and this is pretty much spot on. The roundabout, the way the track is laid out, the building, the train station here, everything is modeled out to a T. What is in the real world? Well, not the buildings clipping into each other, but okay. I'm going to use, I guess this angle is good enough. So to have like a contrast and compare, let me turn off whatever hot elements are there. But anyway, when you see the comparison between what I'm showing here with the in-game layout and what I will end up showing in the online Google and Bing map searches that I did, this is modeled almost exactly. I mean, it's a little bit off here and there, but there's the roundabout, the train station, everything is just as you see it here. It's amazing how much time and effort they put into this and model this little tram locomotive with the building just in the same spot, and the one screenshot that I grabbed is pretty much spot on from about this angle here. And this is why I'm wondering why this was just made as a diorama and was any thought put into, you know what, let the people who buy the DLCs have a little fun with this, drive it around, do a rail tour, make it an achievement that you can get. Taking the passengers for a little rail tour, big circle, figure eight. I don't know, but just to have it here as a big 3D picture is really all it is. It's nothing but a 3D picture. That's it. And like I said, for the most part, they did pretty good in the way it looks from the real world tram. Okay, it's almost spot on, except for the way the graphics. I don't know, but there's your little pile of coal. Your regulator, I guess, your water regulator. That looks like what would be a glass sight to see how much water is in the boiler. Oh, I never even noticed that. It actually does a little bit of rocking and rolling there. Huh. So that's just another thing that, they modeled, they gave it some physics, but you can't drive it. Your reverser, I guess you got to climb in there. I guess the real world one, you have plenty of room. You won't burn yourself going in there, but yeah, your reverser and regulator. Guess that's your blower valve there on the top, and then your injector controls, those three wheels. I don't know, I'm just, because nothing's marked, there's no labels, there's nothing to indicate what is what. Anyway, you could look inside of it if you, do like I did. Or if you're driving a train, you could stop the train and, do the free flying camera. You look at you got to bring your own cushions, all wooden benches. It's really nicely done. It's very well made. Doors. no lights. I don't think this thing is being used at nighttime anyway. What looks like a tar roof. But it's a nice little tram that it's basically a full mock-up 3D picture. That's really well made, and all this time and effort to go to model this out, put it here, unlock it as a picture. That's it. When I saw this, it piqued my interest and my curiosity got the better of me. And I started to do a lot of searching, because as well as this little tram is detailed, and the way it looks and where it is, and the station that you find it at after you unlock the mastery, I just started doing a bunch of searches. And with the way things are today, searching on the internet is gotten a lot more difficult than it used to be. But back to the topic at hand. There was one picture that I found, and I wanted to add it to the video. And I neglected to get the proper information on where the photograph is from and who took it, and I can't find where I got the picture from, so I can't give proper accreditation to it. So it won't be in this video. It's really not that much different than from most of the other stuff that I will show. And the one picture I did show early on, with the plaque that's on the side of this little tram, called Laura, the serial number, that's actually a serial number, but I'll get to that later on, 1813. So by looking for the proper accreditation for one picture, it led me to even more information. And this Chiemsee-Bahn, or Chiemsee Railway, is still in full operation today in 2024. And the information you see now on the screen is just one of several wiki pages. And this is not very long. It's 1.9 kilometers, or in standard American SAE measurements, it's 1 mile long. It connects to, the line connects to Prien and Chiemsee with Prien Stock Station. Its original terminus was on the west side of the main line railway tracks at Prien and Chiemsee Station, which required the Chiemsee-Bahn to cross the tracks. Yeah, I think that'll give you a little pop-up. Yeah, so I guess the tracks were crossing each other from this narrow gauge to the regular standard gauge. This situation was eliminated in the winter of 1908 and 1909, when the Chiemsee-Bahn moved its terminus to the east side of the station. There's just so much information here. I'm not going to try and read everything. I'm just going to try and give you the best highlights I think that are most important to this, and the information will be down below in the video, where you can take at your leisure, look through the information, because if I went through all this information, this video would be quite long. Okay, continuing on. The line along with this steam locomotive and passenger cars is registered as a historic monument of Bavaria, numbered David D-1-87-162-66. And I'm not even going to try and pronounce all that information, but there's a lot of dates, and I'm not sure which dates belong where and at what time frame, because this is also a under a like a heritage protection preservation type society. I believe it started in 2016 or 2019. This is actually translated automatically through the browser, so a lot of stuff is getting lost in translation. But this was actually opened in July 9th in 1987, and it is 1 meter gauge, American Standard SAE measurements. There's 3 feet 3 3/8 inches. There's a little map here that I have already in the video, or will be at one point, where it starts and terminates, and it does terminate at Chiemsee Lake. But a brief history here. After the death of King Ludwig II in 1886, his unfinished palace, Chiemsee. I know I butchered that. Sorry. Look at that thing's huge. It looks huge. Is a complex of royal buildings on Prien, the largest island in this is on Chiemsee Lake Island. How about that? In southern Bavaria, Germany, together with the neighboring isle of Chiemsee, and the uninhabited Krautensel. Okay, I'm gonna stop there before I really butcher everything. From his palace, name here, was opened for visitors by his successor, Leopold, Prince Regent of Bavaria. And there's his picture. It's going back a long time. He was the de facto ruler of Bavaria from 1886 to 1912 as regent for his nephews, King Ludwig II and King Otto. His regent arose due to this. Okay, that's going a little off track here. Horse-drawn carriages transported the visitors from the railway station to the harbor, where they crossed over to the Herentiel. I don't know how big of a hectare is, but it's 230 hectare island. On the island in Bavaria's largest lake, Chiemsee. It's one of the biggest of the 3 main islands, and there's actually a boat still there, so I guess there's a boat tour that goes to the island, which I'll get to in a little bit. Crossed over to the island by boat after an accident involving a horse-drawn carriage. Ludwig Vivre, operator of the Chiemsee Schiffenhardt, decided to contract Munich-based Krauss Locomotive Works with the planning for a local railway between Prien and Stock. The contract for the construction was signed on March 15, 1887. Construction began May 2nd, and the line opened in July 9th of 1887. They do have a diesel there. It looks like a little shunter diesel, which is part of their locomotive and stock that they have there, but it's a Deutz, I believe it's pronounced, Deutz diesel. It's a German international combustion engine manufacturer based in Porz, Cologne, Germany, which was built in 1962 and was bought from the Halberger Hütte in Saarland. So let's get through these pictures real quick, because there's a lot of I got a lot to go through here. Yeah, there's the quasi map, if you want to go. There's a map of the Chiemsee Railway, which was created from OpenStreetMap project data collected by the community. This map may be incomplete. I don't know. Looks pretty accurate to me when you compare it to the Google and Bing Maps. And may contain errors. Don't rely solely for navigation. Well, it's not. It's just there to show. I wouldn't use it for navigating. There's the Prien stocks from 2013. My favorite number, 13. Next, this is where I am right now with the little tram in the building. You could see the bicycles in the back, as I've shown earlier, and the only thing is you don't have the Chiemsee-Bahn name on the building, and you don't have all these posters and billboards on the building. So, but for the most part, it's pretty well modeled from the real world area. This is why I do believe that somebody, or they sent people, or maybe somebody who lives in the area, did their, due diligence and research, and because everything is very, very well made. But anyway, it doesn't have in game. You don't have these red and white poles because there is a parking lot there. You don't have this little walkway. This is the Prien and Chiemsee-Bahnhof in July of 2006. Let's see, this is the little diesel, the Deutsch diesel that I had mentioned a minute ago. One of the first class carriages. You can tell by the, I'll have pictures of the inside. From the curtains and the maroon reddish benches, chairs. This is from 2015. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for this over here. All right, so the next wiki page. There you go. There's automatic translating. Again, I'm pretty much, this goes over the same information as I just did with a little bit more. Much more with a few more pictures than the other one. Okay. Yes, for now. This is Prien Stock Station, where the depot for the railway was also located. The individual shelters could be reached via a transfer table visible on the right edge of the picture. Okay, it's kind of hard to see. I don't know, maybe over there. This station building here was demolished in 2010, and you could see just by looking at the track, it is the same area, maybe a little bit of a different angle, but just looking at the track, made room for this, or just to open this area up. So this is the after demolition of the station building and a depot. So I guess it's just made for room. But there's a lake, and I'm guessing that's the lake. The island. That is the lake, and I'm guessing that's the lake. Sure, yeah, sure. The lake there in the background, and pretty sure that is the island, one of the islands. Then there is a little tram with its cars. Much clearer image. Just doesn't have the little placard on the side, as it looks today. And it looks like it has like what, maybe like straw or something really stiff to help keep the railheads clean. It's on both sides. I've never seen that on any train. I've never seen a tram other than this one. But moving along here, this is 1887, the steam locomotive in its original condition. My daughter made the picture much bigger compared to the original size. Hopefully it's not too bad. But this is here again turned around. There's the back of it, and the front of it is facing to the left of the image. And again, you can see all the linkages, the pistons, the wheels. Everything looks exactly as it is in the game, in this diorama picture that you unlock. Here They are adding water to the tank boiler, if it even has a water tank. That's something I didn't get into, but it looks pretty much the same as what it is in game and other pictures. And then here's another one, another image with the shortly before departing the Prien stock. This is before it was converted. Looks like they put a wooden box on a steam boiler. Again, there's the Deutsch Diesel, and here it is in red because it was repainted back in 2023, just last year. But it looks good in green and red, you know, that Christmas vibe. And this is one of the coaches, and it looks like there's an actual like first class cabin. Looks comfortable. That is the second class. Bring your own pillows to sit on, because those wooden benches, I'm sure they're going to get a little painful sitting for too long. But then again, you're only going 1 mile or 1 kilometer. But anyway, there are 9 carriages, first and second class seats. They do have, I don't know why you would need luggage compartment, because you're only going 1 mile. That's the back end of it. Not the way it looks in game, but close enough. Your handbrake, and but they modeled this very well. So somebody had to have done quite a bit of research to put this into the game. Like I said, all this will be repeat and repeat down in the description below the video, because this is very interesting. Okay, this really is, because I may have said it already, and I really do mean it. That this is a lost opportunity. The Chiemsee Railway, more than just a holiday experience. So I'm just showing this here real quickly. Here's the boat that I was talking about, Chiemsee boat trip. I'm just taking a guess rather, that you take the little tram down to the stockyard and get on the boat. There's the, well, it's a bit blurry here, but there you could clearly see the name Laura, and you can barely make out 1813. That's the serial number. Again, here's a closer look at all the linkages, the piston on one side, the drive wheels, and how everything is connected. And if you look at it in game, it's pretty well modeled. I mean, there's not much that's very different than what you see here in these real-world images. Again, I guess, like I said, this looks like the cabin from a different angle, first class. Very nicely done. Again, there's the stock and the lake in the background. Again, I'm just guessing that that's the island in the back. In the back of the image. Again, another image of the first class coach car. Really thin doors, very narrow doors. You got to suck in your gut to get through. Here's a black and white, really old image of what it looked like back in the day. Yeah, we're back to that. There's a few more pictures on here, I believe. No. But, like I said, I'm not going to go through all of this. I was going to, but the video is already long enough. So, one more web page. I have to wait for it to translate everything so I can read it in English. But you have the option to use English or German, because this is primarily a German website, because it is in Germany. And again, there's more information here for your reading pleasure. Just briefly, the manufacturers Kraus, Kamp, and Munich. The type is L7, Roman numerals. Model is a BN2T. Serial number is 1813. Year of manufacture 1887. Speed is 25 kilometers an hour. Link motion is Stephenson. The boiler is a Jung 1950. Still learning a lot about steam, so don't know what a Jung boiler is. Maybe because of the size and the way it's shaped and made. The length is 5,100 millimeters. Weird way to measure things. Wheelbase is 1,800 millimeters, and it weighs 13.3 tons. Again, my lucky number. And it puts out 60 PS. And then here's the diesel one, manufacturer. I'm not even going to try. It's a type KG125BS, Model B, serial number 57499, year of manufacture 1962. This one's actually slower, maximum speed, 18 kilometers an hour, smaller than the steam one. That's surprising. Length is 6,160 millimeters, wheelbase 1,450 millimeters, weight is 14 tons, and output 151 kilowatts. That's the way I'm understanding it. We have more pictures of the lounge car. Shall go through these pictures real quick. This one we already saw. Again, this I'm not sure what this is in referencing to. Maybe like the times and when you can take the tram and what time they run to what time they stop running. I'm just guessing. Looks like the original state of the little tram locomotive. Again, here it is in color with in the stockyard, I gather. They're either getting ready to go for, the passengers and take them for a ride, or parking it. I don't know. Here it is with it's hard to tell, but all the cars are connected, all the coach cars. Guess they're getting ready to, take the people for their tour. This is the way I'm seeing it, guessing. Again, the first class carriage. An open top car, I guess for hauling whatever goods or aggregate. I wouldn't know what they hauled with it, but that's restored. And here's one in original condition. I guess it's just there to show what it looked like when they found it. Okay, well, there's a few more pictures here. So, I mean, this could be a whole video all on its own. We'll start with this one here, because the other one I already showed. Again, this looks exactly like what it is in game, with the single bumper and the chains that connect the cars together. Every single car, it connects just like this, just the way you see it. That's why I say there was a lot of effort that went into making this this diorama, this mastery reward that you unlock. Again, here's another angle of the piston and all the linkages and the brass fittings to oil it, oil the bearings. Black and white, really old one. But the only thing I can really make out here is the handle to open a firebox, and maybe the water sight glass for the boiler, the valve to either dump water or if there's too much water in there. Not sure what all this other stuff is, because it's just really hard to see. But here is just I don't know why I ended there, because I knew there was more. Another really old one. This is before I got the different headlights on there, and before, I guess it got prior to further renovations. This looks like it might have been like a 100-year anniversary. That's what I'm gathering. One more. Yeah, this is a more modern image. You could see the lower valve, I believe. The regulator brakes, the injector valves here, and the bell is actually inside, not outside. And your boiler, your firebox, everything all, it looks like everything is all in one little package. And you could just make out the name Jung on the plaque on the back of the boiler. Oh yeah, here's another one. Much closer look at the oiling mechanism for the bearings, and that's very clearly modeled in the game for a picture diorama. There you go, 9 of 9 pictures. That's pretty much it for this. I mean, I guess if you did a little bit more digging, you might find more information. But again, I'm trying not to be Pete and repeat, but in my honest, humble opinion, this is a lost opportunity, because this could have been made to be drivable by the players, because this is unlocked with the Salzburg-Rosenheim DLC, which I showed earlier on what you need to do to unlock it, to unlock this diorama, this mastery reward, quote unquote. But, you know, just making this into a 3D image with physics, I think they could have, you know, like I said, you know, throw a dog a bone. And it would have been nice to have something like this, you know, considering how we the players of Train Sim World are not spending our hard-earned money because we have nothing better to do, because we want to waste it and we just want to rag on Train Sim World. We buy it and we play the game, and we run the trains in the simulator, in the Train Sim World, because we enjoy it, we like it, we have fun. I mean, yes, they do have sales every now and then. I'm not going to get into all of that now, but just staying on the topic of this tram, it would have been nice if they did something other than just unlock a picture, because that's what it is. All it is a picture. You can't do anything with it other than bump into it. I just wish it would have been something that's usable, but it is what it is at this point now. And I wanted to make a video on this, and it's gone on pretty long. Didn't intend to, but the more I dug, the more information I found. I wanted to do at least something to give a little bit more information to those that don't know about it, or maybe they just know that you unlock it, you look at it, but may not have a lot of understanding of what's the history behind this. And this has a lot of history going back, I mean, a long time. As you can see here, right, you know, the date that's showing on the screen right now, 1887. But anyway, I can go on and on here, and there's a lot I can say about, you know, what they need to do, what they should do, and what is the negatives, but there's also a lot of positives. I wouldn't be spending, again, like I said, I wouldn't be doing any of this if I didn't enjoy it. Plain and simple. But more needs to be done, and I wish this, you know, maybe, who knows, maybe this can become something at a later date. I don't know. I'm not getting any younger now, you know, so before my time runs out here, I'm trying to stay within a certain time limit. As I said, it is what it is. But you know, I'll have a sit down talk with my daughter, have her find a way to squeeze this into the rest of the video, and hopefully it's not too much longer. But at this point, there's not much else for me to say other than to keep reading through all these pages, and that's not going to be very enjoyable, I don't think. But yeah. At this point, I'm just going to, you know, stop yapping on this end, on all of this, and just get on with the show, as they say, and move along. And hopefully this has been informative and interesting. as I found it very interesting. Uh, because to me, this is more than just a picture, more than just a diorama or a mastery that you unlock. But anyway, okay. I'm done yapping on this one. Let's move along and hopefully finish up this video. But yeah, this is really neat. I mean, there's not much you could do with it. Oh, I don't want to. Well, I put it in neutral anyway. But that's it. You can't. There's not much else you could do with it but look at it. And like I said, ooh, ooh, look how cute. Yeah. That's about it. I mean, like I said, they modeled it very well, almost everything to a T, with the lights, the handbrake, with the lights, with the old-timey light bulbs. They really went to a lot of effort to put this here as a picture. Now, let's get back to this locomotive, and I'll show you where the track goes. It really is amazing what they did here. Make sure I'm not giving it too much gas here. Give it 2 nachos on the throttle. You can barely make out the gauges here. Go. Brakes getting released. Ooh, that looks like it's, like I said, this thing takes off. It's got some giddy up and go to it. I'm using a rail driver. And it's the opposite the native support is, because there's a modder that has been doing a lot of rail driver mods, and it makes it a little bit better, but it's also yeah, the branches should be not going through the train, but it puts everything in reverse the way it's supposed to be. But this is what happened. See, this is how far, and then it just. Ooh, hello, with the coffee and cake. Going through the trees, the buildings. You get number 3 out. Look at that. Yeah. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Coming through. Hope you have some coffee and cake for us. But all of this from the railroad station, looking out this way, all this is pretty much spot on to what is in the real world. Coming through. Hope you have some rum cake and coffee. A little weird watching this going through the houses. But they modeled all this. Now, whether this was something that was, something, hey, you know what? Well, maybe we'll do something with it later on. I don't know. I don't know what the reasoning was behind doing all this. Hope I'm not destroying any furniture. And there you go. And it goes out pretty far. I don't want to go too fast because you will end up derailing eventually. But I just want to show where this goes. There's your floating grass and the growing ground as you get closer. What makes me say I'm wondering if this is not something that was in the works, in the planning stages, but they says, you know what, maybe not. Or maybe it's something that's planned for a later date. I don't know. Because there's plenty of track here. No switches, so you can't divert, to the right here because the track does go off to the right. And there's another track here that goes kind of like in between these two land protrusions. And then this splits off and goes that way, and there's two tracks going two different directions, I guess. So I don't know if this is something that's in the planning stages, maybe some later date, or just something that was in the works and they just decided not to do it. Now, this is where you could take that little tram and do a little rail tour over here. Say like a nature preserve or something like that, If I go past this this area here, it'll derail. It just goes right through the ground, right through the world, because of the way the track is and no switches. So, but in the real world, there's a lake over here in this general area. Now, I don't know how much further the lake is from here, from this little cluster of homes, this little village area, town. So, and you could see the track, it terminates right at the lake. But yeah, this is where you end up. If you were to, like I said, if I continue on going, I'll end up derailing and falling through the map. But this is where the track goes. Now, this is something that they could have put a switch over here, manual switch, okay? Go over there, come around, like a nature preserve, a bird sanctuary, I don't know, something like that. So, anyway, they got a road that comes in here, but none of the AI cars come through here. Or do they? Oh, they poof away. Kind of weird. Why not just have them cross over the tracks and make a right turn? Or a left turn? Yeah, okay. Get one last long look at this area with the camera. A much higher view. What this looks like from the Google Bing Maps screenshot that I have. Both sides. It's really well done. I am really surprised. I just wish I could drive this little tram thing, It would be nice. I know, it kind of looks like there's a lake over there, but I don't know how far. That is not actually modeled into the game, because you'd never see it anyway. From driving a train over here, you never see that from here. So that's why that's not. I wouldn't expect that to be modeled into the game. That would just be resources unnecessarily being drawn into the game by the game engine. But anyway, there you go. Is something that got my curiosity, did my research as much as I could, and wanted to put a video together and kind of like do a little bit of ooh and an on, and ooh, I can't drive it. I mean, if you wanted to, you were spawning on foot, you could take over one of these services here. They're all, I think just about every one of them is a player usable service. So if you made it this far, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. If it's your first time on my little channel, thanks for stopping by. Hope to have you back again. Leave your comments, share your thoughts, good, bad, and different. I welcome constructive criticism. If there's something that needs correction, by all means, let me know. And I would love to hear from anyone that's actually from this area in Germany. What is the actual type of rail tour that this little tram train thing does? Thanks for being here. Thanks for stopping by. Smash that thumbs up, likes button if you found this informative, interesting, and subscribe and share. By all means, please do. Let me know if I'm doing a decent job or not, and how can I improve things. With all that said, I like that blue. Nice blue. Okay, sorry. Shiny thing. Take care, and yeah, I'll come back now, you hear? Bye-bye for now.